What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video for Saturday, April 13th. We are back with a full slate. We're going to look at everything. If you've never been here before, you're in for a treat. Also, we have giveaways every single day. Super easy to enter, super easy to win. What are they, you may ask? Like the video, be a subscriber to our YouTube page, and leave a comment. If the video gets at least 50 likes and you've left a comment, you have a chance to win a free week of FTA+. Now, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, a week of that is MLB, NASCAR, NBA, PGA. If the video gets 100 likes, you have a chance to win a free month of content. 150 or more likes, you have a chance to win a yearly pass worth $200. And 200 or more likes on any video, you have a chance to win a lifetime pass. Second way to win. You can win twice every single day. Like the video, be a subscriber, and tell me who is going to hit a home run and what inning are they going to hit it in. You get both of those correct. Take a screenshot of your comment and email us, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp1@gmail.com, and we will get you set up for a free week of FTA+. So, super easy to win. Trying to help you guys out. A lot of people, I keep getting DMs on Twitter, on our Discord, that you guys have been winning and taking down tournaments, which has been awesome. Love to hear it. If you have those stories using our advice, winning it, you can either email me or you can go over to our Discord, which you can find in the description of this video. There is a link to our Discord. It's completely free. Go check that out. And there's a channel for winning lineups, and post your winning lineup in there. If you want to edit your username out or whatever you want to do, you can do that too. So what we're going to do is, if you've never been here before, it's a little bit different. So we're going to go through every single game. We're going to look at those. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to give you the top 20 bats after 10,000 simulations. So we do 20,000 simulations a day and update that to the site. We put 10,000 running during this video, and at the end of the video, we will show you who the top 20 are. They will change and update throughout the day with news coming out, lineups being posted, weather reports, stuff like that. That is why we run them throughout the day. So we only have MLB today, so we're going to cover that. NBA is off today for whatever reason. Then the last day is Sunday. And then we've got the playoffs starting. It's been just a shit show, basically, with NBA, with players being in or out. There were so many people out on Friday. It was ridiculous. But that being said, we are going to quickly check out who the winner of the free week of content is from yesterday's MLB video right now. So everyone who left a comment on yesterday's video is into the YouTube random comment picker. We're going to run it one time and see who the winner is. So the winner is We the People 2 with the fire emoji as their comment. Simple as that. All you have to do is leave a fire emoji. It helps if you leave more comments. It helps if you like the video. And it also helps if you click on the ads. It helps us out anyway. But congratulations, We the People 2. If you see you are the winner, like this video. Leave a comment saying you saw that. And then email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com with a username and email you would like on the website. And we will get you set up for that free week ASAP. So congratulations. And you can come back today. You can come back tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. You can come back at every single day and win FTA+. Also, currently we have, I believe, 5 coupon codes left. If you go to FTA+ on the site and you go to the yearly pass worth $199, if you use the promo code birthday, since it was my birthday this past week, you will get $100 off that yearly pass. You'll get it for $99. 5 or 6 coupon codes left, and then it is gone forever. So we had this rain out from yesterday. So Clark Schmidt versus Carrasco. Then you have Poteet versus Tristan McKenzie. Neither of these games are able to be played on DraftKings, so we're not going to cover them. They're the single game only, and I think it's only this one. I don't think it's the makeup game here. So it is a doubleheader. It's not a back-to-back doubleheader. They do have some time in between, but these games are not on there. And that's kind of the situation when you get rainouts the day before. So we're not going to cover those games. If you want to see what I liked about this game, Go check out yesterday's video, and we covered it in that one. And then Poteet has not faced anyone, hasn't pitched in the majors in 2 years, I think. And then Tristan McKenzie has had success against this team, but he's also struggled this season too. So that brings us to the first game that we can possibly play right here. Minnesota versus Detroit at Detroit. You got Joe Ryan versus Kenta Maeda. Ryan, 45 plate appearances, 244 batting average. Maeda, 62 plate appearances, a 232 batting average. While yesterday I loved Tariq Skubal, I said I didn't really like Pablo Lopez as his price-wise, and Detroit came out hitting. A lot of teams did. There's a lot of runs being put up. It is weird to see the Astros being 4-11 right now. It's very weird. And we saw that. We saw the Reds put up 11 runs against the White Sox. I loved Andrew Abbott yesterday. We had him everywhere. Absolutely dominated. So if you have not been checking out our videos, hopefully we've been helping people bring home the bacon. You can go check out our Discord. In the description of this video is today's article that goes with this. It's the link to Discord. You can go check that out. It's our partners over at DFS Hero. If you sign up using our link in the description and you deposit, and after your 5-day trial, you get the month and the payment goes through, you will get a free month of FTA Plus. If you go ahead and get the yearly pass from DFS Hero, you will get a yearly pass completely free from FantasyTeamAdvisors.com as well. So we look at this. So the Twins did lose Correa. He left with an oblique injury. He's probably going to be out for a while. Got dudes made of glass. There's still people hitting on this team. Maeda has struggled. Against the Twins, 62 plate appearances, 232 batting average, facing his old team. We don't know what we're going to get out of him, but we can look to see. It's kind of crazy. Lodolo is the highest priced pitcher, and he has not pitched this year. But whatever. You got Joe Ryan going up against Detroit. Game log-wise, has not faced them before this year, but he's coming off back-to-back 17-plus fantasy points. Again, the general thing, like what you're looking for pitchers about 2 times value, he has not hit that yet. But he does have a good matchup here. He's had success against them in the past. We're looking at about 5, 6, 7 strikeouts in a game. I don't mind him at 9,600. I would rather go Joe Ryan than Lodolo because he has not pitched this year. But he does have a fantastic matchup against the White Sox, so I can see why they put him up there. But he struggled in his last rehab start in AAA. So price-wise, he's so expensive, I don't know if I would take Lodolo there. We do take a look. Maeda down here at 7,800. Not really any good games. Minus 5.3 against the White Sox, which they are a bad team. And then against Oakland, should have been a great matchup for him. 5.2 innings, 3 earned runs, 1 home run, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Maeda is not one that I would look at. I would definitely be looking at the Twins bats here. Since Correa is out, it's obviously going to open up some value. We'll see if they call anyone up. But you could look at Kyle Farmer. You could look at Julian. I would look at. You could look at Willie Castro. It really just depends on the lineup that comes out there. I could see Byron Buxton, Max Kepler. I don't mind these guys. I will take Joe Ryan. I will take Twins bats. I don't want Maeda. He has not proved anything to me right now. I think the Twins probably demolish him, and that's kind of it. No Detroit bats really jump out to me right now. Again, maybe they will once the simulations come through, but as of now, no. So this game also, it's going to be a doubleheader. The time is off. I'm guessing we're not going to be able to use So we can't cover this game. It's not in there. But we do come to Kansas City Royals versus New York Mets. Alec Marsh versus Sean Manaea. Marsh, 4 plate appearance, hasn't seen him, but this is a fantastic pitcher's park. And then Manaea, 43 plate appearances, a 244 batting average. We look into here. We take a look at Alec Marsh down here at 7,600. Game log-wise, coming off a bad game against the White Sox. Had a fantastic game against the Baltimore Orioles, though. Against the White Sox, not much. Splits-wise, again, there's no splits. It's home, one away. 7,600. It is a pitcher's park. I will give you that. So if you want to think about it in that sense, I don't mind that. Depending, though, what we're looking for. Again, I don't think I want Marsh. And Manaea, I don't know if I want to pay $8,000 for Manaea. But he has had success this year. Cincinnati, 5 innings pitched, 6 Ks. Detroit, 6 innings pitched, 8 Ks. He does get Kansas City. It is a pitcher's park. Tournament-wise, Manaea, I'm okay with. Cash-wise, absolutely not. I would be looking at the bats. If you're not going with Manaea and you want to think about the Kansas City bats, it's going to be the same ones we've been talking about for a while now. It's Salvador Perez against a lefty. It's Nelson Velasquez. Bobby Witt Jr. against a lefty. If he doesn't hit home runs, he's stealing bases. Those are ones I'd look at. Other ones that kind of come through would be Vinny Pasquantino. You could look at him. You could look at a little bit of MJ Melendez. But you can see Manaea in 2 starts has a .82 ERA. I'd rather take Manaea than Alec Marsh in this one. But if you want to go contrarian, you want to stack against him because he has been good, maybe he slips up here, the Royals would make a good stack today. Reds at the White Sox, Lodolo versus Garrett Crochet. I don't mind either pitcher. My problem is Lodolo comes in at the highest priced pitcher on the slate, and he struggled in AAA his last rehab start. I don't know if he's going to be on a pitch count. I don't know if he can get his value with the price that they've actually given him right now. So that's what I'm scared of. Lodolo for tournaments, I'm okay with. For cash, I don't mind Crochet a little bit. You do look at him, and we've used him one time this year. It should have been more, but we've used him one time, and it was his worst outing, of course. Against Kansas City, 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks. Against Atlanta, which is a really good team, 7 innings, 8 Ks. Against Detroit, 6 innings, 8 Ks there. I could see him going 6, 7 innings here. I could see him getting 6, 7, 8 strikeouts here and paying off his price. He's a little bit more value than you do have Lodolo because of his price, but the White Sox are a very bad offense. I think either of these pitchers could do well. Rockies at the Blue Jays, Dakota Hudson versus to be announced, and this is what I think. This is why we are different than other DFS providers. I'm going to tell you right now. Kevin Gossman, I was all over him yesterday. I loved him. I loved his matchup against Colorado. I told you guys that, and I was completely wrong. Lit up. Absolutely lit up. They lost 12-4. He gave up runs in the second, third, and fourth. They only 2 innings that the Rockies did not score in was the first inning and the 8th inning. They had 20 hits in that game, which is wild. I don't know who's going to be pitching for the Blue Jays. We can see if anyone is up here. They haven't even put it out there. So I can't really go over anything. I wouldn't look at Dakota Hudson. 29 plate appearances, 385 batting average. I would take some Toronto bats, Bo Bichette, George Springer, Vlad, Kevin Biggio, just depending on who's out there. Varsho. It just depends on who's out there. I don't know who is going to be pitching on the other side, so I can't really give any Colorado bats right now. That is why I tell you, check the website out during the day, because that's when we update simulations. That's when we update player projections. Once Vegas comes out and once all of these pitchers are announced, then we're able to know. We got the Rangers at the Astros. The Astros, like I said, are 4-11. They are looking like trash right now. You got Andrew Haney versus Ronel Blanco. I feel like Haney just pitched against them. 201 plate appearances, 287 batting average against him. And I'm pretty sure it was last Saturday. Let's check it out. I believe last Saturday. Or no, it was Monday. 3.2 innings, 6 earned runs. Yeah, I mean, he was bad. And I fully expect that to happen again. And Ronel Blanco was the no-hitter. And then for whatever reason, I got a notification on my phone, and he was pitching a no-hitter into the 5th inning, I think. But honestly, obviously no-hitter, 47.1 fantasy points. Against Texas on Sunday, got 6 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, 4 walks, 4 Ks. So he didn't give up any earned runs. The Ks were down a little bit. But he's had success against this Texas team. And Haney has not. So looking at this, I'm not going Haney. I would rather stack the Astros and just see if any of them. Like Altuve's 13 for 41 with 4 doubles and 2 home runs, batting .317. You got Bregman, 13 for 38, a double, triple, and a home run, batting .342. You've got Jose Abreu, 5 for 21 with a double and 4 home runs. I do believe I used Abreu that day, and he did not hit a home run, .238 batting average. Jordan, 7 for 17 with a double and a home run. Kyle Tucker has a home run. Mauricio Dubon has a home run. I would be stacking the Astros. It'll depend on the lineup that comes out, but I don't mind Altuve. I don't mind Abreu, Jordan, Kyle Tucker, both hit lefties well. You could look at them. Value options for Houston, if you're trying to build a lineup, Dubon, Jeremy Pena, Chas McCormick, Yainer Diaz. I know he's 0 for 6, but he does smash lefties pretty consistently. Diaz is one that I would also look at. So I want nothing to do with Haney. I will take exposure to Blanco. I will take exposure to the Astros bats. Pirates at the Phillies, you got Marco Gonzalez versus Spencer Turnbull. I loved Philly as a stack yesterday. Did not work out. Pirates won that game. Marco Gonzalez, 64 plate appearances, 300 batting average, and then Spencer Turnbull, 15 plate appearances, .091. I would not be using Marco Gonzalez, but again, what Philly team's going to show up? I don't know. Real Muto took a 96-mile-an-hour ball off his left wrist. Don't know if he'll be. He stayed in the game. Don't know if he'll be in this game. So that's a big bat out of there, especially if it swells up like it most likely will. But we can look at this real quick. We can figure it out. Marcos Gonzalez is 6,400, second lowest price dude. Baltimore, he actually went 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks. I don't trust him. And then Washington, he went 5 innings there with 2 strikeouts, 9.7. I could see more of a game here, like Washington than Baltimore game. I'd still rather take the Philly bats here. I'd look at Castellanos, who's kind of started off slow. I'd look at Trey Turner. I would look at Schwarber. I would look at, just depending on the lineup that comes out, Whit Merrifield, a lefty-on-righty matchup. He's 6 for 20 with a triple and a home run. Brandon Marsh is 2 for 8 with a double. Pache's 4 for 7 with a double, but I don't know if I'd use him. Sosa is 1 for 2 with a home run. I could see some of these guys. I mean, like I said, Castellanos has struggled to start the season, but batting .364 against him. Again, it's only 11 plate appearances. I understand it's a low amount of plate appearances, but I don't want Gonzalez. I'd rather take Philly bats, and I will have exposure to Turnbull here for sure. Brewers at Baltimore, you got D.L. Hall versus Dean Kramer. We saw Brewers go up. They won 11-1 against the Orioles, and the bench is cleared for what I don't even know why. I guess I missed it. But D.L. Hall's never faced the Orioles before, and you guys know I don't mind taking a pitcher against a team that's never faced him before. We can look at, I mean, he's 6,100, so he is cheap option here. Against Seattle, 5.1 innings, 5 Ks, 10 fantasy points. Kind of a low-end fantasy points. He did give up 3 earned runs. Against the Mets, he did give up 2 earned runs. He just hasn't really shown much. Coming in with a 4.82 ERA, 6,100. I don't know if I can trust him because we know the Orioles are a very good team. So looking at that, I kind of would probably not going to take either of these pitchers. I would rather look at the offenses. Obviously, with the Brewers, I would look at Adames. I would look at Yelich. I would look at Jackson Chourio. Flip side of that, with the Orioles, Santander, Gunnar Henderson. I would look at Jackson. I'm trying to see if Holiday has a hit yet. He does not. Still looking for his first hit. Lefty on lefty matchup. Probably not the best matchup for him, but I don't mind this. DL Hall is facing his old team. He was traded came over to Milwaukee from Baltimore in that Corbin Burns trade. So whether or not, scouting report would say the Orioles should know what Hall could throw, what he throws, when, and to whom, and stuff like that. So in that sense, you've got to think that the entire Baltimore scouting department would know the game plan DL Hall will bring to the table, which would in turn obviously bump up Baltimore as the bats that you would like in this game. So just depending on the lineup that comes out for Baltimore, Rushman, I'd look at Jackson Holiday, still probably 3,800. Still doesn't have a hit yet. Does have sacrifice, got an RBI, but yeah, depending on what you have, I'm probably not going Hall. I'm probably going a little bit to Dean Kramer in tournaments, but I'd rather just focus on the bats here. Washington Nationals at the Athletics. You got Mackenzie Gore versus Joe Boyle, who's never faced them before. Honestly, I would look at Joe Boyle. His price is $6,700 Washington's a worse team than Oakland, which is wild. And he's coming off 5 innings against Detroit, 6 Ks, 3 walks, no earned runs, 23.7 fantasy points. Cheap. He's $6,700. He's your SP2. He's not your SP1. He allows you to get a lot more in your lineup with him at that price. So I do not mind him at all. And then you got Mackenzie Gore. I don't know. This is a pitcher's park. He's coming off a great game against Philly, 5.2 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks. Oakland, he's never faced them before, or he's faced 2 plate appearances. I don't mind him either. At $8,800, though, it's kind of a steep price, but I understand why he's priced up. He's going against a very bad team in Oakland, and it's in Oakland. So I could see that, but I definitely, as of now, would none of the bats for either team jump out to me. I would look at the pitching here. Obviously, Joe Boyle's more of your tournament. I think Gore's tournament option as well. Angels at the Red Sox. Griffin Canning versus to be announced. Trying to see if anyone... So maybe Criswell. So he's on the taxi squad. Cooper Criswell. I know nothing about him. So he is taking over for Nick Pivetta, who's injured with an elbow. First 2 starts, he got 9 Ks to 3 walks over 10.1 frames. Tournament-wise, 7,300. I'm okay with that. But the Red Sox they're just bad. They are bad. No way to get around it. They're a bad team as well. Angels somehow are a little bit better. But Criswell, for that price, I'll take exposure to him. Griffin Canning, I don't mind him because, again, Boston, they can hit, but they have the people to hit, but I don't know. They are worse, or the Astros are worse than them, which is wild. Griffin Canning, 50 plate appearances, 205 batting average against them. Would like this if it in LA or Anaheim, but I will take Griffin Canning. I'll take Criswell. The bats really don't jump out to me right now. So in this game, it's both pitchers for tournaments, and that's it. Giants at the Rays, Logan Webb versus Ryan Pepio. I would rather take Logan Webb. I love what Logan Webb brings to the table. The fact that he is not the highest priced pitcher on this slate is wild to me, that Mackenzie Gore is higher priced. Webb hasn't really done a ton great this year. The strikeouts have been down. Against San Diego, 10 hits allowed. Went 7 innings, gave up 10 hits, 2 earned runs. Giants did hold on to win that game. Only 85 pitches. I don't mind Logan Webb for tournaments. I don't like him in cash. And then Pepio, it just depends. Man, like if you look at what he's brought, what did I miss it? There he is. 8,100 game log wise, coming off a fantastic game against Colorado, 6 innings, 11 Ks. I think people are going to be chasing that. I don't think this is the game to be chasing double-digit strikeouts again. Because against Texas, 5.2 innings, 6 earned runs. I'm not saying he's going to give up 6 to San Francisco, but I think it's going to be closer to Texas start than Colorado start. And that was in Colorado. 37.7 is a wild number in Colorado, which is fantastic for him. Probably not using him. I do not trust him enough. I'd rather look at some of these San Francisco bats, such as Jorge Soler, Patrick Bailey, Lamont Wade Jr., Yastrzemski. Like, these are the bats that I would look at for San Francisco. I do not trust. I don't trust Pepio. I don't love Logan Webb, but I'll have some exposure to him in this terrible ballpark. Braves at the Marlins, Chris Sale versus Max Meyer. Sale, 44 plate appearance, 227 batting average. Meyer, never faced any of these batters before. I feel like this game's going to continue the trend of what the Friday game did. I would be looking at Chris Sale here. Got to take Chris Sale while we can before he gets hurt. All 113 pounds of him. We took him against Arizona. He went 5.1 innings. Obviously, you would love to see 6+ out of all of these pitchers, but it's early in the year. And it's in Miami now, so it's warm. It is a dome, so the weather should not play a factor. So we should be good to go here. I love his matchup here. We know Miami is a bad team. If his stuff is on, he is a fantastic start at 9,400. So we look at that. He's the third highest priced pitcher on the slate, but for good reason. Then the Braves bats that we'd look at, pretty much everybody. Acuna has struggled this season, but I'd still be looking at Ozzie Albies. I'd still be looking at Austin Riley, Marcell Ozuna. You could look at Orlando Arcia, Matt Olson. These guys are good in this instance if you don't want to pay up for Acuna. Cardinals at the Diamondbacks put up a ton of runs on Friday night, which I kind of expected. And then we've got Kyle Gibson versus Ryan Nelson. Gibson, 85 plate appearances, 237. Nelson, 21 plate appearances, 333. I want nothing to do with either pitcher. I'd rather take the bats. So the Cardinal bats that jump out: Arenado, Goldschmidt, Brendan Donovan. These are the ones that jump out. If we look at the Arizona, we could look at Corbin Carroll at the top, especially against Kyle Gibson. Wouldn't be surprised if he leads the game off with a home run. You could look at Lourdes Gurriel Jr. You could look at McCarthy a little bit. It depends on who's starting, obviously. Christian Walker, do love Christian Walker more against lefties, but take exception to this when it is Kyle Gibson. If you look at what Kyle Gibson has done this year, is this not on this slate? Oh, we're done with this slate. So then we are on the night slate at 7:10. So you look at Kyle Gibson, game log wise, against a Miami team, 6 innings, 7 earned runs. I'm not saying he's going to give up 7, but I'm going to say this game is shaping up to be similar to Miami game, more so than it was San Diego game when he pitched against them. So I'd be looking at stacking Arizona. It just depends on the lineup that comes out there. But Gurriel Jr., Christian Walker, Corbin Carroll, Eugenio Suarez. We said he'd probably hit a home run on Friday, and he did exactly that. He had fantastic matchup there. So that's what I would look at. And if any of the bats that do jump out, 85 plate appearances, so, a handful of starts. Ketel Marte is another one I forgot about. Suarez is 4 for 6. Peterson's 3 for 7. These are good numbers. Jack Peterson, 3 for 7 with a home run. Randall Grichuk, 3 for 16, also has a home run. So these are ones that I would look at. I would definitely look at the bats more than pitching here. We have the Padres at the Dodgers, Matt Waldron versus Gavin Stone. I was watching the game on Friday night. We saw a ton of home runs there. Mookie Betts came through for us. Everyone came through. I kind of feel like that's kind of the direction I would go in this game too. Don't really want the pitching. I would rather look at the bats. So Padres bats that jump out. Tatis, Machado had a fantastic, long, majestic home run on Friday. I would look at them. Ha-Seong Kim you could look at. Those are the bats. Dodgers bats, Ohtani had a home run. You could look at Ohtani. Gavin Lux, I don't mind. Mookie Betts, obviously, at the top. It's unbelievable what he's been doing. You could look at Betts, Ohtani, Freeman. Max Muncy had a home run on Friday. Just when the Dodgers lineup comes out, pretty much pencil in some of those guys. Then the final game, the Cubs at the Mariners. Amanaga versus Emerson Hancock. We've used Shota every time. First game against Colorado, 5 innings, fantastic, 34.3. Against this Dodgers team, 4 innings pitched, so wish obviously would have been higher. Only had 43 pitch count, though. It's where they had the 3-hour rain delay. That's right. Cruising in that one, 4 innings, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 43 pitches. Then the rain came. He's looked better than Yamamoto has. He was one of the other big pitching pitching international free agent pitchers that came over, and he's actually looked way better. He is 10,000. He is on this slate but he's got a great matchup against Seattle. I love Shota here. I would definitely be looking at him. 12 Ks, and was looking great against a mighty Dodgers team, which they are a better team than Seattle. That's what I would look at there. Emerson Hancock, we look at him, 7,500. Yeah, against Milwaukee, minus 3.7. Against Cleveland, 7.8. I would look at stacking against him, especially on a 3-game night slate. I would look at Chris Morel. You could be looking at, depending on who's out there, you could look at Ian Happ at the top. Seiya Suzuki you could look at, who's batting 300. Chris Morel's batting 280. Yeah, I would look at the top of this Chicago lineup to build a stack around. I don't want Emerson Hancock. I don't want any of the Mariners bats. I will take Amanaga. I will hopefully be counting my money while doing that. And there you have it. Those are all of the games, all of the pitchers, some of the bats. Let's check out the bats. Top 20 bats after 10,000 simulations. Again, we do 20,000 simulations every single day. And I did get a little bit of feedback yesterday, not a ton, of possibly putting out simulated lineups, like 150 simulated lineups in the morning, and then 150 simulated lineups in the afternoon, like have a tab with one in the morning, one at night, to just show you what they are. I don't know if it's going to look good, so I'm still trying to figure that out. If all goes well, I might launch that today, tomorrow, or Monday. It'll just depend. So, looking at the top 20 batters, we've got number 1, Ronald Acuna Jr., who has struggled, but they've got him number 1 right now. Number 2 is Kyle Tucker. Number 3 is Aaron Judge, who has struggled. Number 4 is Jose Altuve. Number 5 is Jordan Alvarez. 6 is Juan Soto. 7 is Kyle Schwarber. 8 is Aaron Judge, again, because it's the doubleheader, which I will take those out. So 7 is Schwarber. 8 is Brandon Nimmo. 9 is Bobby Witt Jr. 10 is Christian Walker. 11 is Bryce Harper. 12 is Trey Turner. 13, Adolis Garcia. 14, CJ Abrams. 15, Fernando Tatis Jr. 16, Parker Meadows. 17, Corbin Carroll. 18, Corey Seager. 19, Vlad Jr. And number 20, as of right now, is Ian Happ versus Emerson Hancock. So there you have it. Those are the batters. Those are the pitchers. That is the breakdown. If you liked it, hit the like button. Make sure to check everything else out, because we do have NASCAR tomorrow. We have the final game of the regular season for NBA. We also have MLB as well. So that being said, that's what I've got. Good luck. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.